Hey folks, it's Jang here from ultimaterc.com with a review of the Speed Passion Cirtix 550 class or 540L class motors in 3000 and 4000 kV. With the longer than normal cans, these motors are for two-wheel drive bashing and for four-wheel drive short course trucks. The length of the can is about 60 millimeters, and here you see it in comparison to a 540 sized motor up on the top and a extra large Novak HV or ballistic 550 motor down on the bottom. Now, in addition to the unique size, these motors have a unique design. They are sensored motors, but they are also slotless. Slotless motors automatically have less mechanical cogging to them, and then you add on the sensor system and you get smooth operation at all levels of RPM guaranteed. In the package is included this shiny cap that goes over the rear end bell to help protect your sensor wires and also keep some dust out of the bearing. And then you've also got these connectors that come pre-set up. You just need to hook one up to your speed control, and this just allows you to change out motors very quickly. It's sort of the equivalent of a Dean's connector for a motor. It's especially convenient if you're doing a comparison review like this one right here. For field testing, I started out with a two-wheel drive vehicle. This is a two-wheel drive backslash or a two-wheel drive Traxxas slash with a buggy body on it. And because these are extra long motors, I wanted to put some extra load on them and really use the available torque. So I am running 4 3/4 inch diameter crawler tires here. Extra large, nothing that you would normally see on a two-wheel drive vehicle, but it allows me to get some good data with the onboard Novak Sentry data logger. Now, speaking of the data logger, the 3000 kV motor was pulling about 550 watts on the peak of it. That was at a little over 80 amps. The 4000 kV, on the other hand, was giving me peaks around 720 watts with a peak amperage of around 100. Now, subjectively, both motors had a very linear, very smooth power band or power delivery. There was no point along the RPM range where I got a sudden explosion of torque. But that's part of the problem. There was no point where I had an explosion of torque. Both of them were very easy to drive, but they were a little bit low on power and just felt a little bit soft. On a separate occasion, I also tested both motors out in a four-wheel drive short course truck. This is my team associated SC10 4x4. Here again, the power delivery was very smooth and it was very easy to drive with either motor installed. Obviously the 4000 kV had more power, but it needed to be geared down a little bit in order to keep it from running too hot. Now, I should mention here that the smooth feel came about whether or not I had the sensor cable attached. Unfortunately, compared to other vehicles that were running other 550 class motors, I just was not able to keep up right out of the hole. Acceleration really comes on gradually. Now, to make sure it was a fair test and to keep as many variables out of the equation as possible, I ran the exact same truck on the same track on the same day with the two Cirtix motors, and then I also tested out a Novak HV 5.5 motor and a Castle 1410 3800 kV motor that comes with their short course combo. The Novak motor had noticeably more power and ran a little bit cooler, and I was able to gear it up a little bit higher. The smaller Castle 3800 kV motor had significantly more power, and I was able to gear it up 2 more teeth on the pinion compared to the Cirtix 4000 kV motor. In all, these Speed Passion Cirtix motors are good, but they're not great. They're smooth and gentle, but they're down on power compared to the comparably priced Castle 3800 kV motor. Naturally, they run cooler than shorter can motors, but for the price, you can do better. So that's it for this review. I hope it was useful information for you, and I hope to see you, as always, on the friendly forums at ultimaterc.com. Bye for now.